Tonight, we're talking about the Bensil fire in Umatilla County that forced evacuations over the weekend.
Warm, sunny, and breezy conditions in eastern Washington. I'm tracking your first alert forecast for the week ahead.
Plus, why Washington wildlife officials say you should not try to save sick birds, what they're recommending that you do instead.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Fire crews from Benton County Fire District 6 and 2 responded early this morning to a fire near the McNary Dam. Fire officials say the flames were reported around 9 a.m. Air support from the Bureau of Land Management was called in to help contain those flames. They tell us the fire was under control by noon, but crews are still out there on the scene just making sure. Fire officials say they roughly estimate around 500 acres burned, but that could change with the investigation. The cause of this fire is not yet known. And wildfires across eastern Washington and Oregon top the news on this Labor Day. I'm Alyssa Warner. A fire across the border in Umatilla County started on Saturday. It's been declared a conflagration. The state of Oregon is helping to get it under control. Now, there were evacuations around Hermiston at a level 3 go now over the weekend. Those have been downgraded as of today. And again, we saw that other fire on the other side of the river near the McNary Dam. We're going to continue tracking both of those for you. We'll hear more about the response to the Bensil fire in Umatilla County coming up later tonight. And Washington State Fire resources were called in over the weekend to the Yellow Pit fire in Benton County. This fire started on Friday night. It's still smoldering today. It's burned around 1,600 acres and is about 40% contained as of the last update. Now, this fire is a threat to BNSF Railway in the area, crops and power infrastructure, but we're told there are no homes in this area, so no evacuations needed for that. We'll continue to update you on that one as well at applevalleynewsnow.com. Now, although the wind has been a big challenge for firefighters through the weekend and today, Stacy Lee joins us now with your first alert forecast.
Yeah, let's take a look at those winds. Again, it's been a very breezy day. We're still seeing some breezy and gusty winds down the lower part of the Yakima Valley, Ellensburg, again, Hanford area. So yeah, winds have been a problem. They'll continue to be breezy through the evening and into tomorrow. Temperatures around the area are nice today. Look at that. We're in the 70s, 50s, and 60s. Look at Cle Elum at 59 right now, 73 in Yakima, Prosser at 80. Tri-Cities at 78, Dayton already 65. So nice day. Again, our Legends Casino Skycam with 78 degrees, winds at 14 miles an hour, our humidity at 30%. Here's your evening planner. Again, overall, a good looking night out there. Might want to grab a coat. It's cooling down pretty quickly at 9, already down to 65. In Yakima, we'll drop down to 61 by 9 o'clock. And in Walla Walla, down to 61 as well by 9 p.m. So next couple of days, again, clear breezy tonight, severe clear and cool all week. Temperatures running 5 to 10 degrees below the normal for now, and we're going to warm up slightly on the weekend. I'll get to all of that and your first alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacy. Tonight, a follow-up on the deadly float plane crash in Puget Sound nearly a year ago that killed 10 people, including a Spokane activist. Investigators have released more than 500 pages of investigative material involving the crash near Whidbey Island last fall. The report contains surveillance footage, operations, plane performance, systems information, and more. The NTSB will release a final report later that will outline the probable cause of the crash. But earlier this year, investigators released information about a specific clamp nut that had unscrewed from the barrel of the plane. That piece impacts control of the direction of the plane. There are growing concerns tonight about avian influenza in Washington state. The Department of Health has warned the public to avoid contact with sick or dead wild birds or other wild animals. The agency says it's been focused on an outbreak of bird flu in wild birds and seals near Fort Flagler State Park. That's in Jefferson County over on the west side. The agency says there have been infected Caspian terns detected along the lower Columbia River, in addition to the ports of Everett and Tacoma. That's all in western Washington. The lower Columbia is defined as 146 miles from Bonneville Dam all the way to the Pacific. So officials say if you do find a sick wild animal, you should not touch it. You should not try and save it. Do report it, though, using the Washington Fish and Wildlife online reporting form. The Ellensburg Rodeo is one of the oldest in Washington state, still thriving after a century. Today, competitors from across the country competed in an event ranked as one of the top 10 rodeos in the United States. Organizers say the event typically draws tens of thousands of fans, but this year They were sold out almost every day with record-breaking attendance. The winners will go on to even bigger PRCA competitions. Now, next up on the circuit is the Pendleton Roundup. That is coming up September 9 through 16. Now, what you might not know about the Ellensburg Rodeo is that Yakama Nation tribal members played a crucial role in starting the rodeo, and they're still a big part of it today. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell explains.
Cowboys and cowgirls, horses and hats, roping and riding. The Ellensburg Rodeo has it all, but it also has something special, a partnership and friendship with the Yakama Nation.
It is a unique situation that we do collaborate together.
Not only did the Yakama Nation allow the rodeo to build on their former meeting grounds back in 1923, but 100 years later, they're still a big part of the event.
Making friends, making moments, making history.
Kicking off the rodeo by coming down Craig's Hill like they used to more than a century ago, and by sharing their culture at the Yakama Nation encampment.
There's a lot of folks come in and say they never knew this was part of the rodeo. It brings us back to reminding ourselves where we come from, who we are, what to do and things like that.
And reminds everyone they're still here and it's okay to ask questions.
What tribe are you? Do you guys live in these all year round? Sometimes it may be a tedious question, but some people, they're born in today's world versus what yesterday's world was. And they don't realize that we are still out here. Native Americans, indigenous people, Indians, just come see us, talk, visit. Just have an open mind, open heart.
To listen, learn, and understand the history behind it all. In Ellensburg, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, if you missed the chance to check out the Yakama Nation encampment, you can always come back next year, or if you want to learn more, you can check out the Yakama Nation Cultural Museum. And the PBR returns to Kennewick this weekend for the Challenger Series PBR Tri-Cities Classic. The action starts at the Toyota Center at 8 o'clock on Friday, 7 o'clock on Saturday. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster. They start at around $15 each. This afternoon, families celebrated Labor Day at Columbia Park's 10th annual Labor Day picnic from 11 to 3 p.m. The free event offered live music at the park stage with raffle drawings for various gift baskets. People got to show off their wheels with a car and motorcycle show and shine, and kids got in on the fun too with some face painting, some treats like cotton candy and ice cream, and bounce houses to help get some of that sugar rush out. Well, he took a knee Friday night in a move that had earlier cost him his job until the Supreme Court ruled in his favor. We're hearing from football coach Joe Kennedy next. Plus 3 recalls to tell you about tonight, including one that may impact what's in your freezer. And learn why the Coast Guard has been so busy lately across parts of the Pacific Northwest. You're watching Apple Valley News Now at 6.
We're all here to talk about her.
Hello. We built her so we could get a family plan.
Well, with U.S. Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line.
I guess we don't need that fourth line.
This is awkward.
U.S. Cellular, built for us.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs, now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Lewis Culligan, your local water experts since 1936. The world's most efficient water softener. Safer drinking water in every glass. Convenient, reliable delivery. Industry-leading technology. Here for every water worry.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WACARES.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
There's no other name but the name.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'ma get it started from the
God has a plan for this generation.
I done gave my life to Christ and I departed from the church.
We are excited to see the youth of this valley come to know Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And on September 9th at 6:30 p.m., we are renting out the convention center so that we can reach the kids of this valley.
There's 1 week left to shop our special Buy Mart membership savings book, packed with 16 pages of store-wide savings. Here in Central Washington, we've saturated your markets so non-members can see what they're missing. Join us now for a one-time $5 lifetime membership fee and get big savings. From pantry essentials to sporting goods to electronics and more. There's 1 week left to save at Buy Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Our phones keep us constantly connected. But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? To limit screen time, but not quality time. And to give us rhythm instead of algorithms. Introducing Us Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. Tonight we're hearing from the Bremerton High School assistant football coach who lost his job over on-the-field prayers but got reinstated after he won a case before the U.S. Supreme Court. On Friday night, Joe Kennedy was back on the field as Bremerton High School beat visitors Mount Douglas Secondary School. The Associated Press reports Kennedy knelt at midfield after the game and prayed for 10 seconds. He did this alone without any of the athletes joining him. You may remember Kennedy challenged his firing over on-the-field prayers, a case that landed before the U.S. Supreme Court and eventually ended in his favor.
We have fought the good fight, and we finished this race, and we kept the faith the whole entire time, and it was absolutely 100% worth it. There is nothing better than America and the Constitution, and it just proves that it is alive and well. It's not just for one or two people, it's for everyone. And I'm so blessed to be here and be with you guys.
Kennedy says he's not sure if he will remain as a coach at Bremerton High School. He told the Associated Press he and his wife now live in Florida. He had planned to decide after Friday's game whether he would continue working in Washington or move along, and no word yet on that decision. We have 3 recalls to tell you about tonight. First, one impacting Tommy brand high chairs. According to the recall, bolts used to secure the seat can come loose and let the seat detach. There have been at least 24 reports of falls, 11 reports of injuries. Tommy's website says the chairs were sold at Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, Toys R Us, Walmart, and Amazon. The company says anyone who wants to keep using the high chair can order a repair kit. ConAgra Foods is recalling more than 245,000 pounds of frozen chicken strips because they could contain plastic. Recalled cartons are labeled Banquet Chicken Strips Meal with a best buy date of December 11th, 2024, January 1st, 2025, or January 7th, 2025. The USDA's Food and Safety Inspection Services says there have been at least 1 reported injury so far. If you do have the product, you can throw it out or return it to the store where you bought it for a refund. And Apollo Imports has recalled electric scooters. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the recall includes the Apollo Phantom V1, V2, and 60V electric scooter models. The impacted products were sold between June 2021 and May of this year. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the bolt used to secure the front wheel and suspension assembly can become loose over time and break. So far, the CPSC says it's received 7 reports of the bolt breaking. 3 people got hurt. So stop using the scooters and contact Apollo for a free replacement.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's talk about that weather. Our radar and satellite combined again. We had that system move through yesterday. A few clouds across the Cascades, but overall really nice weather as we move through the week. Ridge of high pressure moving in, and so we're going to have just very pleasant weather for the next couple of days. Pretty excited about that. Futurecast, again, not a lot going on other than clouds along the Cascade ridges there, but pretty clear skies out this way. We could see a stray shower move through the southern portion of the Blues, but again, very brief and staying dry elsewhere throughout the area. Our Dust Devils Giesa Stadium sky cam tonight at 78 degrees out there. Our winds are at 14 miles an hour, so it's been a little breezy today. Humidity 30% and our sunset down at 7:30 tonight. Let's take a look at our Futurecast winds, and again, we're going to continue to see those breezy winds through the Columbia Basin and the Yakima-Kittitas Valley. We start out pretty windy tomorrow morning here in the Columbia Basin and the foothills of the Blues near Dayton tomorrow. As the day goes on, those winds will start to pick up more so in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley. Winds are looking much lighter, more pleasant on Wednesday, but again, fire danger still high. It's been very dry out there, and again, those gusty winds could spread fires rapidly. Tonight, it's mostly clear and breezy out there with temperatures getting on the chilly side. Look at Cle Elum down to 43 degrees, 46 in Sunnyside, 49 in Yakima. Moving into the Columbia Basin, Prosser at 48 tonight. We'll have 51 for Hanford, Tri-Cities, Moses Lake, and Hermiston. Connell dropping down to 50. Foothills of the Blues, again, those upper 40s and low 50s along the foothills. So again, a little bit on the cool side. It might be a situation where you need to layer up because, as you can see, our daytime highs tomorrow will be nice, right around 80 degrees, very similar to what we had today. Light winds starting to go down after the evening, and again, those temperatures staying in the 70s there in the Walla Walla Valley. Let's take a look at your day for tomorrow. Again, out the door, a little on the cool side at the bus stop for the kids, and then by noon, we're already getting up into the 70s. You'll see those upper 70s and low 80s by the later part of the afternoon. So not a bad looking forecast, but again, might need a light coat in the morning. Here's our short-term forecast around the area. Again, we're in the 70s and 80s. This is a few degrees below the average for this time of year. Typically, we're about 80 to 85 degrees, so running a little bit cool, and then those overnight lows dropping into the upper 40s and low 50s. Tri-Cities, again, we're going to stay in the 80s. Beautiful weather. It's going to be nice with those temperatures dropping down into the 50s overnight. And in Walla Walla, again, take a look at those temperatures, looking good out there with temps in the 50s. Let's take a sneak peek at our 7-day planning forecast. Again, looking good, gorgeous weather all week long. Soak it in, enjoy those temperatures, and then a nice little warm up as we get to the weekend. So another great weekend of weather ahead, and we'll cool down slightly as we get into Monday. So not a bad looking forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacy. Tonight, in search of a famous Beatles bass, the project to recover a piece of music history missing for decades. That's new tonight at 6:30. But first, the Coast Guard swooping in to make not one, but 2 Northwest rescues. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Our customers depend on us for everything. We grow well over 200 different crop varieties, and there's tremendous diversity within our trade territory. We spend a lot of time and work a lot with our customers on enhancing and utilization of the products that John Deere offers. From a technology perspective, we do what we say every single day.
Hey Tri-Cities, the Mid-Columbia Duck Race is coming September 23rd, and so is your chance to win great prizes while supporting our community. This year's grand prize, the new 2023 Toyota Tacoma from Toyota of Tri-Cities, plus dozens of other great prizes too. See your nearest Rotarian and buy your ducks. Every duck comes with valuable coupons for local savings. Lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep this wonderful community fundraiser going strong. Mid-Columbia Duck Race presented by Toyota of Tri-Cities and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
What is a leader? Someone who has backbone, resilience, determination to put a stake in the ground and get their hands a little dirty. Arrow Construction Supply has been the Northwest's leading provider of asphalt, concrete, and erosion control industries. From homeowner do-it-yourself to large commercial projects, we have everything for sale or rent to get the job done. Your locally owned and operated Arrow Construction Supply, leading the way and hitting our mark for 30 years.
An accident can shatter your life. The award-winning team at Tamaki Law can put your life back together.
I'm attorney Jeff Kreutz.
And I'm attorney Megan Changaroya.
Thank you, Tri-Cities, for voting us Best Personal Injury and Best Overall Law Firm.
We are so honored and grateful to serve this amazing community.
If you've been seriously injured, call the law firm that has served Central Washington for 30 years. Call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I think I'm wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Check this out. The Coast Guard has had a busy schedule recently. A Coast Guard chopper assisted in the rescue of a couple of people from a remote stretch of Olympic National Park south of Mount Olympus in western Washington last week. The pair activated an emergency locator beacon to alert first responders of an emergency. A ground party headed out, but because of the long distance, the elevation, and the fact that nightfall was not far off, they called for air support. Both rescued people showed signs of dehydration. Also last week, a firefighter needed rescue, and the Coast Guard swooped in to make that airlift. The firefighter got a leg injury while battling the Anvil fire in southwest Oregon. The firefighter was hoisted up in a basket and whisked away for medical assistance. Well, they kept the project quiet, but tonight we know who's been snapping up large chunks of California real estate and why. That's coming up at 6:30.
Today is a reason to smile. This picture comes from Don Beals. Again, cute little alpacas and loving that sunset. Thank you for the photo, Don. Reason to Smile, sponsored by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental in Pasco. To be featured, send me a photo at slee@applevalleynewsnow.com.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Are your closets overflowing? Is your garage filled with things you no longer need? When you donate to Goodwill, you're not just clearing space in your home, you're creating opportunities for those in need. By donating or shopping at Goodwill, you actively contribute to local employment opportunities and help individuals find work within your community. So donate your gently used items to Goodwill, and together we can transform lives and build a brighter future. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeda Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeda Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Hi, Jason Valentine for the Apple Valley News Now Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered American flag to All City Transmission this Friday, and in exchange we'll give you a brand new flag as we celebrate America together.
At All City Transmission, we stand as proud Americans, cherishing our nation's symbol of unity, the Great American Flag.
Honest work, quality price, All City Transmission.
Who is Culligan? Your local water experts since 1936. The world's most efficient water softener. Safer drinking water in every glass. Convenient, reliable delivery. Industry-leading technology. Here for every water worry.
What you doing out there?
Taking the scenic route. I know this looks like a summer blockbuster, but this is a Nissan sales event tag. With 5 drive modes, this Nissan Rogue gives the performance of a lifetime. Now comes the real star of the show.
Now get a low $419 per month lease or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Welcome back. Pasco Police invites the public to participate in a blood drive this week. They and the Red Cross will hold that blood drive Friday from noon until 5 at the Pasco Regional Training Center. This event coincides with the 22nd commemoration of the 9/11 terror attacks, so it's asked that you make blood donations in honor of that date. You can register to give blood by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or by going to redcrossblood.org and enter Pasco Police to schedule an appointment. Firefighters race to stop a new wildfire threat in eastern Washington. We've got the details coming up. Plus the mess at Burning Man. Festival goers churning through thick mud after a deluge in the desert. And big concerns for students who cope with ADHD as they're returning to class. Worries about the shortage of medication they require. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Fire danger is still relatively high and fire crews are very busy across eastern Washington. Firefighters acted quickly to stop a growing brush fire on Sunday night that sparked south of the town of Cheney. Fire crews say about an hour after they arrived, they managed to stop the flames at about a quarter of an acre. Those flames burned mostly grass and timber, and the fire did not force any evacuations. No word yet, though, on how it started. Evacuation orders have been downgraded in Umatilla County in the Benzel wildfire. That broke out yesterday, and fire crews have been working around the clock to get those flames under control. Apple Valley News Now's Anna Trejo says firefighters faced significant challenges in fighting this blaze.
More than 100 firefighters at both the local and state level have been working in Umatilla County, trying to get the Benzel fire under control. At this time, the Oregon State Fire Marshal tells us more than 100 firefighters are walking containment lines, making sure the fire doesn't start up again in these windy conditions.
Fire is pretty much out, and they're in a mop-up stage right now. So the crews are out and around patrolling the area and the perimeter and putting out any hot spots that they can find, just making sure that if, especially with the wind, any ambers are still existing, they don't pick up and start a new fire.
At this time, Oregon State Fire Marshal says he doesn't yet know what caused the blaze. And while fire crews are busy at the scene, they are facing many challenges.
Obviously, we're along a highway. Our firefighters, want to make sure that people slow down and make sure that, they pull over if they can.
Another challenge is the wind. Firefighters have to make sure the windy conditions don't pick up an ember and carry it to more dry vegetation. That's why they're out on foot, combing through the burned area. Firefighters are walking the charred ground, digging holes and squirting water in to make sure the fire doesn't start up again. Level 1 and Level 2 evacuation orders will remain in place until firefighters are confident that wildfire is out and mopped up. The fire marshal says they do this by observing the ground, touching it, even using their feet to test whether there could be burning just beneath the surface.
Ambers that could potentially start another fire or engage on this fire. You just got to be ready in case something happens again yet.
No firefighters have been hurt, and so far they've been able to contain the fire, but they'll remain on alert until the winds die down. Reporting in Umatilla County, Anna Trejo, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, all the roads in the area of that fire have been reopened by tonight, but firefighters warn that could change if the fire flares up again. The cause here as well is still under investigation. And efforts to battle a wildfire that sparked on August 18th still continue. The 10,000-acre Oregon fire is now considered 88% contained. This isn't actually in Oregon. It's in Spokane County near the community of Elk. Fire crews patrolled the fire with infrared cameras looking for any hidden hotspots as they're continuing to work the remains of that fire. Still no word yet on what sparked that one. A much different situation impacting the southwestern U.S. is too much water. Parts of Nevada are finally drying out after a deluge Friday triggered flash flood warnings. Water overtook some streets in Vegas, causing a headache for drivers during at least part of the weekend. And video from Saturday showed more flooding, vehicles stuck in an intersection, and thousands of people dealing with power outages. That also caused a mess in Nevada's Black Rock Desert for attendees of the Burning Man Festival. Weather conditions as of this evening are improving, but thousands of people have been stuck for days in muddy conditions. They got the equivalent of 2 months rainfall within just hours over the weekend. It swamped Burning Man. Despite the conditions, some diehards plan to stick it out for tonight's festival finale. Laura Aguirre reports.
Burning Man festival goers call it the camp. Unseasonably heavy rain Saturday turned it into a massive deep mud pit. Many at the camp's outer edges were able to get out before roads were totally impassable.
If you're inside the inner camp, you're pretty much stuck.
I feel like people might be here till Thursday.
Despite the tough conditions, there's a strong spirit of community.
The organization asked us all to turn down the sound system, to ration food and water, and we are here happy. We don't want this to end.
We did it. We walked 6 miles.
Celebrity DJ and songwriter Diplo was among the masses who resorted to walking out over the weekend, at one point hitching a ride in a fan's pickup truck, along with comedian Chris Rock. Diplo posted that he made it to his show in D.C. Saturday night, an early exit that is catching heat from some of the other festival attendees.
And that kind of implanted in everyone's mind, if the B-rate celebrities can get out, then I can get out too.
And many others who did get out left behind a mess almost bigger than the mud.
They're leaving their entire campsites behind, ditching their cars, their trash, their tents. I'm afraid there won't be a Burning Man next year if we can't clean this up.
At the moment, some diehards are digging in, waiting for the mud to dry.
We're going to be stuck here maybe a couple extra days, and that's just one thing you kind of have to plan for when you come to Burning Man.
I'm Laura Aguirre for Apple Valley News Now.
Now, the festival culminates in the burning of a large wooden stick figure. It was supposed to be lit Sunday night. That was delayed due to the weather. Now let's talk about the local forecast. We've seen a lot of wind. Not a good time to be setting things on fire. Stacey Lee is tracking that for us.
Absolutely. All right. We have been tracking gusty winds today, starting to get a little bit of a break here in the Columbia Basin. Still very windy, though, in Hanford and Prosser and in Tompanish this evening. So we'll continue to see those breezy and gusty winds. Let's peek outside. Dust Devil Skycam, Giza Stadium, 78 degrees. Our winds at 14 miles an hour. Our feels like temp is 77, and our sunset tonight at 7:30. So nice night. Now, I've been talking about those temperatures running a little below average. So our high today at 80. Normal 85, so we're a good 5 degrees below average for this time of year. And again, we'll continue to see those below average temperatures. 79 Yakima average there this time of year is 84 degrees. So just be aware of that. Here's your evening planner. Again, grab that coat. A little bit chilly by 9 o'clock, down to the 60s in Tri-Cities. In Yakima, beautiful evening there. A few clouds, 61 degrees. And again, those winds will continue to blow this evening. Moving into the Walla Walla Valley, again, beautiful there at 61 at 9 p.m. So mostly clear and breezy tonight. Severe clear all week with nice cool temperatures. Again, 5 to 10 degrees below average. And get ready for a weekend warm up. I'll get to all of that in your First Alert full weather forecast. Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. Seattle police are investigating a mysterious scene of violence after a 911 call led officers to a burning house with 2 adults and 2 children dead inside on Saturday morning. This happened in the Wallingford neighborhood, just blocks from the Woodland Park Zoo. Police say they got a 911 call from an 11-year-old child Saturday morning saying someone was dead in the house. And then came the reports of the fire.
Officers responded. They tried to open up the door. At that time, they were unable to open the door. They realized there was actually a fire going on. We were in there. We were actually in this location within 5 minutes of the actual 911 call.
A deceased person at the rear of the structure, infant that was deceased, and a child that was deceased, along with the dog.
Now, police say the 11-year-old who called 911 had escaped through a window and made that call from a neighbor's house. It's not clear how any of the people in the house died. The Seattle Times reports the King County Medical Examiner should have that information tomorrow. This Labor Day weekend, many Republican candidates for the White House spent part of the holiday in New Hampshire, which traditionally holds the first primary in the country. The next GOP candidate debate now just weeks away. Meanwhile, President Biden visited Pennsylvania, addressing concerns about his age ahead of a potential second term. ABC's Justin Finch is tracking the campaign trail.
President Joe Biden at an official White House event in Philadelphia on Labor Day, sounding at times like he was at a re-election campaign rally. The 80-year-old addressing concerns about his age without even being asked.
The only thing that comes with age is a little bit of wisdom.
Biden also highlighting economic gains under his watch, including more than 13 million jobs he's created, and contrasting his record with that of former President Donald Trump without ever naming him.
When the last guy was here, you were shipping jobs to China.
Despite his 4 criminal indictments, new Wall Street Journal polling finds 59% of Republican voters backing Trump in his third White House bid. Meantime, secretaries of state in a number of states, including New Hampshire, Maine, Arizona, and Michigan, say they have started to take steps to prepare for challenges to Trump appearing on the ballot due to Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which renders an elected official ineligible to hold public office if they've engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the U.S. Other Republican candidates are meeting voters face-to-face in New Hampshire as Trump remains notably absent.
I'm standing here because I believe different times call for different leadership.
Hey guys, good to see you guys.
38-year-old entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy seeing a boost after his first Republican debate appearance, where he held firm on his pledge to pardon Trump if he's elected and vote for him if he's the nominee. Meanwhile, the Washington Post reports the bipartisan political group No Labels is holding voter focus groups aimed at fielding a third-party unity presidential ticket. A No Labels senior advisor saying the end game isn't necessarily a ticket, but a voice for the common sense majority. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Well, Labor Day is all about workers, of course. This year, we have seen back-to-back strikes, strike threats, and the latest could impact the auto industry. The United Auto Workers have set a September 14th deadline for a contract with the big 3 automakers, but the union president said today they're not seeing progress.
You know, unfortunately, this is what we've tried to avoid. From the onset of bargaining, we said up front, we were not going to do things the traditional way, that a deadline's a deadline with the big 3. And we expect all 3 to be done. And, you know, if they planned on dragging things out till the end and wait for a week till the end, they're going to be disappointed. And here we are 10 days out, and we got a lot of work to do.
For the first time in 4 years, the Labor Day parade took to the streets in Detroit. And earlier today, President Biden told reporters he doesn't think a strike will happen. In health news, September marks Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. It is a survivable disease if caught early. More than 288,000 men in the United States will be diagnosed with it this year. According to the American Cancer Society, it'll cause 35,000 deaths. Red flag symptoms include difficulty urinating, multiple restroom visits during the night, and blood detected in the urine. These symptoms can indicate problems besides prostate cancer as well, so it's important to see a doctor.
If you find prostate cancer early, it can either be treated effectively, where it doesn't come back, or oftentimes we actually can watch it for years and years without treatment and then only intervene when the cancer shows sign that it's becoming more aggressive or starting to grow.
Doctors can detect prostate cancer through a simple blood test and then confirm it with imaging or a biopsy. Those with average risk should begin screening at age 50. Those at higher risk should start screening at 45. And those with a strong family history of the illness should begin talking about screening as early as 40. As students head back to school, we are hearing more concerns about the ongoing shortage of ADHD medication. The CDC estimates 6 million children between the ages of 3 and 17 have been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and prescription rates for the medicines used to treat ADHD are at record highs, up more than 45% in the past decade. The CDC says now they're seeing a surge in prescriptions for adults, which is adding to the strain. And doctors say getting medication can be life-changing, but so can losing access.
It can really change a young person's life overnight. So they suddenly are able to do the work that they want to do, but are having difficulty focusing their attention. A lot of young people that I've seen have just given up, that they've either just felt that, it's too difficult. Maybe I shouldn't go to college, or maybe I shouldn't have this job.
The Drug Enforcement Administration sets limits on how much of these drugs can be produced. But in a joint letter with the FDA last month, the DEA said manufacturers aren't producing as much as they are allowed to. Last year, they said there were about 1 billion more doses that could have been produced but weren't. And they said data for 2023 so far shows a similar trend. French wine, millions of gallons of it being destroyed. We're talking about why the country of France is shelling out millions of dollars to get rid of one of its signature exports. And a beautiful Labor Day evening across eastern Washington. We're talking about what's in store for the rest of your week coming up in your First Alert forecast. Plus, we're talking about why billionaires went on a buying spree for land in California. What they're planning to build next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
And now, an announcement from America's #1 most watched morning show.
We've got 1 million good reasons for you to watch GMA this September.
Someone somewhere in America is about to get $1 million live on GMA.
Ah, you see how I did that? 1 million good reasons.
Take off on a flight over a magic place filled with cherries and so much more.
It's 35 farmers, about 2,000 acres of fruit trees. And then, of course, an assortment of veggies and berries, and you name it.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
An accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
Clients come to us injured, burdened with medical bills, lost wages, insurance hassles. The list goes on. They're overwhelmed, so they put their lives in our hands. That's why we work hard and fight for the justice they deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back.
It's not every day that you can experience award-winning limited production wines selected by industry notables, plus receive advanced news regarding upcoming releases and events. Delight in the convenience of having wines delivered to your door as a member of the Coyote Canyon Wine Club.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Craving an action-packed stack of game-changing, meaty, cheesy sauciness? Taco Time's Taco Cheeseburger. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime is taco time.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Next ET, we unlock our vault to spotlight Jennifer Aniston.
That's me.
Never before seen interviews that span 4 decades.
This does not happen.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Check this out. We finally know who's behind an $800 million land buying project near Northern California's Travis Air Force Base. Now, the proximity to the base had some people concerned about national security, but apparently this is just a group of Silicon Valley billionaires planning to build their own city. A brand new website says California Forever is a project to build new homes and businesses in Solano County. Right now, it's mostly farmland situated between San Francisco and Sacramento. Investors say they kept things quiet for around 5 years to avoid driving land prices up. But now that they've purchased more than 78 square miles of land, they have to convince Solano County voters to let them start building. Some local officials are skeptical. So the officials say that they're hoping that the building could bring in more money, but they're also concerned about it impacting quality of life and saying that maybe the billionaires should have just moved into a city that already exists. Now, the area has been protected farmland since the 1980s. Solano County voters would have to approve changing the rules to allow urban uses instead.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's see what's coming up this week on our radar and satellite. Again, we had a little system move through. That moisture all gone out of the area. Again, we have a warm front moving in, ridge of high pressure there. And other than a few clouds across the Cascades, we're looking at pretty good solid weather here for the next couple of days. Again, a few clouds from time to time, but not too bad. Here's Futurecast, and again, we see a little cloud cover over the Cascades, a little overcast there, but the rest of the region nice and clear. We could see a little stray shower pop up south of Pendleton in the southern blues there, but overall, just looking at really nice weather, and the winds will start to calm down as well. But we are seeing those breezy winds tonight. In fact, they're blowing at 14 miles an hour right now on our Dust Devil Gisa Stadium Skycam, 78 degrees. Our sunset tonight at 7:30. So pretty pleasant evening out there with nice blue skies. Now let's talk about those winds. Those have been an issue for the firefighters with dealing with all the fires around our area. And again, we're going to continue to see those breezy winds tonight. Staying windy here in the Tri-Cities specifically, as well as Dayton. Tomorrow morning, those winds will start to decrease as the day moves along, and you'll see them pick up there in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. So a little bit windy tomorrow. Things look much better on Wednesday. We'll see some light breezes down the Columbia River Gorge and windy through the mountain gaps through Yakima and the Ellensburg area. Temperatures overnight tonight, again on the cool side. Grab a coat. Look at Cle Elum tonight at 43 degrees. Sunny side 46. It's 49 in Yakima. Moving into the Columbia Basin, again 40s and 50s, a little on the chilly side. 51 Tri-Cities. Connell at 50, 48 tonight in Prosser. And moving into the foothills of the Blues, again, clear skies, little breezy, temperatures in the upper 40s, 47 tonight in Dayton, 51 for Walla Walla and Milton Freewater, and a chilly 56 in Pendleton. Let's take a look at our temps tomorrow. Again, we're running a few degrees below average, but 80 degrees, a beautiful day. It's going to be really nice in the Yakima Valley, staying in the upper 70s, 80 in Hermiston tomorrow, and 79 for Walla Walla. Planning your day tomorrow, again, out the door, a little bit chilly in the 50s, so grab a little coat and then try to take those layers off later in the day. By lunchtime, we'll see temperatures hovering right around 70 degrees, and just before dinner, those temperatures topping out in the upper 70s and low 80s. So not a bad looking day tomorrow. Here's your short-term forecast, at least for the Yakima area. Again, those temperatures running a few degrees below normal, but overall beautiful out there. A few clouds here and there. Temperatures dropping down to 49 on Wednesday night. Tri-Cities, again, gorgeous, lots of sunshine. Temperatures in the 80s, going to be very pleasant. Our overnight lows dropping down into the 50s. And in Walla Walla, again, we'll see those 70s and low 80s with temperatures overnight in the 50s. And let's take a quick sneak peek at our 7-day planning forecast. Again, very nice weather going through the rest of the week. A little bit of a warm up into the weekend, but I'm liking those 70s and 80s. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. It's one of the products that France is most proud of. So why is the ag minister there planning to destroy millions of gallons of French wine? We're talking about that. And the search for a piece of music history, the effort to find a Beatles missing bass, next.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
When you or your loved one has been seriously injured, you want the best law firm on your side. Abeta Nelson Injury Law is the most highly awarded and experienced personal injury firm in Central Washington. Our office has secured the most million-dollar car crash recoveries in Central Washington. You can trust us to have your back. The time for bringing your claim is limited, so don't wait. Call us today for a no-obligation consultation. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall. Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
Hey Tri-Cities, the Mid-Columbia Duck Race is coming September 23rd, and so is your chance to win great prizes while supporting our community. This year's grand prize, the new 2023 Toyota Tacoma from Toyota of Tri-Cities, plus dozens of other great prizes too. See your nearest Rotarian and buy your ducks. Every duck comes with valuable coupons for local savings. Lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep this wonderful community fundraiser going strong. Mid-Columbia Duck Race presented by Toyota of Tri-Cities and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
What you doing out there?
Taking the scenic route. I know this looks like a summer blockbuster, but this is a Nissan sales event tag. With 5 drive modes, this Nissan Rogue gives the performance of a lifetime. Now comes the real star of the show.
Now get a low $419 per month lease or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Better hurry. These offers won't get a sequel.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
I'm ready to fight.
It's the shocking season finale.
The Final Four.
Let's get it.
It's time to crown a champion.
Wow!
All will be revealed on the 2-hour season finale of Claim to Fame, tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Fly the Northwest over awesome orchards and gardens, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back. A soggy homecoming for astronauts returning to Earth from space. 4 crew members splashed down off the coast of Jacksonville, Florida overnight. The craft carried 2 U.S. astronauts, an astronaut from the United Arab Emirates, and a Russian cosmonaut. They had all been on the International Space Station since March. A SpaceX craft carrying a team of 4 new astronauts to assume responsibility from the departing crew arrived at the space station on August 27th. France is preparing to destroy 80 million gallons of wine, not because there's anything wrong with it, they just have too much this year. France's agricultural minister says winemakers won't be able to turn a profit with supply as strong as it is right now, and they're trying to prevent a price collapse. Now, they're not just pouring the wine out on the ground. The Washington Post reports France is preparing to spend around $216 million to distill the wine into pure alcohol that can be used for things like cleaning supplies and perfume. A search is now underway to find Paul McCartney's missing bass guitar. The Beatle bought the Hofner 500/1 electric bass in Hamburg, Germany in 1961. It's featured in many early Beatles hits, including Twist and Shout, Love Me Do, and She Loves You. But it vanished in 1969. A group called the Lost Bass Project, comprised of Beatles fans and researchers, say they've already received hundreds of new leads. The project's leader says the guitar was probably stolen. Paul McCartney has said he would be thrilled to be reunited with it. We'll final look at your fairly cool September forecast when we come back.
We're all here to talk about her.
Hello. We built her so we could get a family plan.
Well, with US Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line.
I guess we don't need that fourth line.
This is awkward.
US Cellular, built for us.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
We're Washington Broadband, Yakima's original internet company, with over 250 square miles of fixed wireless, 60 miles of cable, 20 miles of fiber to the home. We are serious internet. Throughout the year, our crews are building fiber and cable to homes and businesses in the upper Yakima Valley. We've never raised our prices in 28 years. With 7-day-a-week support, we're also a phone company. Go to WABroadband.com to find us. We're Yakima's hometown source to the world.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Hurry in and save up to $200 on a set of 4 tires, plus get an extra $50 off with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
Thank you for getting groceries, Mika.
Of course. Happy to help. Will Medicare cover any of these bills?
I thought it would, but it doesn't.
We'll get through this. I will always be here for you.
I know. But what about you? I don't ever want you to be in this situation.
Don't worry, Dad. With WA Cares, I'm earning long-term care benefits with each paycheck. That money will be there when I need it.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
It's the Ford Big Deal Labor Day sales event. Choose from big deals and great rates on new trucks and SUVs now through September 4th. Lease a well-equipped 2023 F-150 for just $389 a month for 36 months, only at your local Ford dealer.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they helped us actually connect?
What would I give?
Introducing US Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. We're taking a final look at your forecast. And Stacey, I saw a lot of people out there on their bikes today.
That's right. Dreamy weather. It's going to be really nice. Let's take a look at that 7-day planner in Yakima. Look at those temperatures. This is when summer is nice and fun. So yes, very pleasant all week. A tiny warm up on Saturday and Sunday, and then right back into the 80s. So 70s and 80s, not a bad looking forecast. Tri-Cities looking good here as well. We'll warm up close to 90 over the weekend, but drop right back down into the 80s with those overnight lows in the 50s and 40s. So starting to feel like fall into summer almost here. And then in Walla Walla, again, beautiful weather there for the week with those temperatures in the mid 80s on the weekend and dipping back down on Monday. So not a bad looking forecast. I like it. I don't know.
Love to see it.
It feels so good.
Yes. Spend some time outside if you can.
Right.
Thanks, Stacey. Thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applvalleynewsnow.com. And we're back tonight at 11.